What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video here on the World of Juice channel. Welcome back to kind of an experiment video. I don't know if we should classify it completely as an experiment video or not, because today I haven't been this excited about a video, the concept of a video, in a really long time. Probably since I started doing the Legends Fantasy Draft series with the Bears back in Madden 20. That's probably the last time I've been like super excited about a concept that I had. I guess you could call me the Legend guy on YouTube. I'm basically the Legend guy. I do Legend series on Madden. I do Legend series on MLB The Show. I've done Legend series on 2K, and now we're here in 2K21 Next Gen to do something that I am excited for and kind of scared for at the same time. So basically, I saw a guy on YouTube named Clique Productions. If you don't know who Clique Productions is, make sure you go check him out. He is fantastic. He does NBA 2K simulations, career re-simulations. He does concept videos where he simulates different things that could happen. For example, he's done LeBron James re-sims, Michael Jordan, so many guys. He's done like what would happen if you redid the 2007 draft. He's done. Just go check out Clique Productions. If I remember right, I'll leave his channel link in the description as well, so you can go easily find him. But recently, he's done a kind of a series, a quote-unquote series, where he started back, I think he started in 1977, and he re-simmed the NBA from 1977 to 2021. And it's fantastic. You just make sure you go back and watch it, and watch all of his other videos. Give him a like, a subscribe. Just he's a cool dude. Go shout him out. Well, I shouted him out, and he's probably never know that I shouted him out because he's much bigger than I am. But just go give him a follow. Go subscribe to him. He's a real cool dude, and he does really good work. So what I'm going to be doing is going on the similar path and starting at 1975. We are starting in 1975 and simulating from 75 to 2021 and maybe beyond. Yeah, that's what we're going to be doing not in this video, obviously. It'd be way too long of a video. This is going to be more than one episode. It's going to be kind of like a mini series, I guess. And I'm super excited for it because it's going to be amazing. I just wanted to say that this is not my idea. That's why I shouted out Clique Productions and told you all about the thing that he did, because it inspired me to do it for my channel, because I really thought this is a cool concept. So make sure you go check out Clique Productions down below in the description, if I remembered, but I've said it enough in the video that you should just know and go look for it. So without further ado, this video is already going to be really long, so let's not make it too long of an intro. Let's get straight into it, and I'll go over more stuff as we get into it. So smash that like button, notification bell, and the subscription button as well. Join the Juice Club. We're on the road to 400 subscribers, so let me get there by smashing that subscribe button, and let's get this simulation started. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. I am on the roster screen for the 1975 season. Okay. Without spoiling too much, let's go into some of the teams. So there's only 18 teams in this season. 1975, there was only 18 teams. You had the Philadelphia 76ers, you had the Milwaukee Bucks, you had the Chicago Bulls, the Cleveland Cavaliers, the Boston Celtics, the Buffalo Braves, which in turn become the LA Clippers. You had the Atlanta Hawks, the New Orleans Jazz, who become the Utah Jazz, the Kansas City Kings, who become the Sacramento Kings, obviously, the New York Knicks, the Lakers, the Detroit Pistons, the Houston Rockets, the Phoenix Suns, the Seattle Supersonics. Yeah, people forget about the Supersonics. They existed. The Blazers, the Warriors, and the Washington Bullets. Those are the 18 teams that are in 1975. Let's go to league expansion, because coming up in 1976, 4 teams were added from the ABA. The Denver Nuggets, the Indiana Pacers, the New York Nets, and the San Antonio Spurs. Those 4 teams will be added next season to the league. Julius Erving, George Gervin, I think, guys like that will be in the league then next season. So those are the 4 teams that will be added, and then I think it's a couple more years until we get more teams added, until we get like to the 80s. Then we get other teams added, like the Miami Heat come into the league. I'm pretty sure that the Grizzlies and the Raptors, they come in the 90s. I'm not sure when some other teams, I can't remember right off the top of my head when these other teams come into the league, but those are the teams, the 18 teams, and the 4 expansion teams that will come in next season, 1976. I do want to mention one thing before we look at the rosters. There is a free agent, Julius Erving, and he's a free agent because he's technically on the Nets in the ABA, but in 1975, but in 1976, he is on the Nets when they come into the league. So when we simulate to 1976 and the Nets are in the league, then Julius Erving will be on the Nets. So I have him in free agency so that nobody signs him, because he technically doesn't exist in the NBA yet for 1 season. So that's how that's gonna happen. And now we can take a look at the rosters. So starting out with the Philadelphia 76ers, you got guys like Billy Cunningham, Jordan McGinnis, World B. Free, Doug Collins. Decent team. Milwaukee's got Bob Dandridge, Junior Bridgman, John McLaughlin. Not the greatest team. This is a year after Kareem leaves, so not the greatest. The Bulls have Bob Love, Mickey Johnson, Cliff Pondexter, Jerry Sloan. Not the greatest. Cavs have Austin Carr, Campy Russell, Bingo Smith, Jim Brewer, Nate Thurman with his old balding head. Boston is the defending champions from 1974 or 1975, something like that. I think they win a bunch of rings. Dave Cohen, JoJo White, Tom Boswell, Paul Silas, Jim Ard, Ed Searcy, John Havlicek's down there as well. He's old, so not the greatest Celtics team that they've ever had. The Buffalo Braves have Bob McAdoo, Gar Hurd, John Shoemate. You may notice that a lot of these guys look the same in their pictures up here, and that's just because whoever created this roster didn't really care that much on the other guys. So I did my best to make some of the guys look like they actually did, but obviously I didn't do enough. The Hawks have Lou Hudson, Connie Hawkins. This is before Pete Maravich is on the Atlanta Hawks, I think, or is this after? I don't know. Pete Maravich is not on the team, though. We'll get to him later. Lou Hudson is here, though. Nobody else really of note on the Hawks. There's Pete Maravich on the Jazz. So, do they have his actual card? Let me check his actual... there we go. Is this technically legend Pete Maravich? I don't think no, it doesn't have. He's a rookie, technically. So, we got Henry Bibby here as well on the New Orleans Jazz. Tiny Archibald. Nate Archibald is on the Kansas City Kings, with not really a lot of help. We have Walt Frazier, Spencer Haywood, Earl Monroe. Decent Knicks team. Then we got Kareem on the Lakers, Gail Goodrich, Cliff Neely, Kermit Washington, who technically should be like balding, but he's not in this picture. Bob Lanier on the Pistons, Terry Thomas, George Trapp. The Houston Rockets have Calvin Murphy, Rudy Tomjanovich, Ron Riley. Decent team for the Rockets. Phoenix Suns has Dick Van Arsdale, Paul Westphal, John Shoemate, Curtis Perry. The Seattle Supersonics have John Hummer, Willie Norwood, Mike Bantam, Leonard Gray, Tom Burleson, who's like 7'2", which is crazy. And they have one of my favorite guys of all time, Slick Watts, baby. Slick Watts. Portland has Bill Walton, Richard Jefferson. Every time I see Bill Walton, I have to say it how he says Richard Jefferson, but I put a little bit more on it. Jeff Petrie, they're a good team. They're probably going to be contenders for the title this season. Rick Barry for Golden State, Jamal Wilkes, Derek Dickey, Dwight Davis. Then we got the final team, the Washington Bullets, Elvin Hayes, Wes Unseld, who is a rookie, I think, this season, Dave Bing, Paul Chenier, Truck Robinson. Good team. This team is probably the favorite to win it all, unless you got the Lakers. The Lakers are probably a favorite to win it too, because you got obviously Kareem. But that is the rosters for the 18 teams. I do want to show you one more thing, because it's pretty crazy. The NBA standings. So we got the Eastern Conference. Now, do you notice anything different about the Eastern Conference back in 1975? Yes, the Houston Rockets are in the Eastern Conference this season, and so are the Jazz. I thought that was pretty weird too, but they are here. And in the Western Conference, you got the Milwaukee Bucks, you got the Chicago Bulls, and you got the Detroit Pistons over here in the West. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy how they've shifted and moved since 1975? That's wild. I thought that was a pretty interesting note to bring up to you guys. But this is after Wilt Chamberlain. This is after Jerry West. All those guys have come and gone. This is the new era. This is 1975, ladies and gentlemen. And without further ado, we already like 10 minutes into this video. Let's start simulating the first season. I think I'm gonna watch the Washington Bullets. Let's get straight to the first season. We'll go straight to the All-Star break and see who's All-Stars this season, and then we will go from there. So make sure you guys smash that like button. Don't forget to check out Clique Productions as well for inspiring me to do this kind of video. So yeah, let's get simulating. All right, so the All-Stars for this season is not going by teams, because back in 1975 they didn't have teams. They had fan award or fan choosing and stuff like that, like it used to be. So that's how it is for right now. I will change that obviously when we get more towards current times. But the All-Stars were JoJo White, Pete Maravich, Bob McAdoo, Dave Cowens, Elvin Hayes, Walt Frazier, Dave Bing, Lou Hudson, Spencer Haywood, Wes Unseld for the East. And for the West, Nate Archibald, Jeff Petrie, Jamal Wilkes, Rick Barry, Bob Lanier, Lucius Allen, Rob Dirling, Kareem, Derek Dickey, Sidney Wick for the West. Those are your 1975 All-Stars. Let's check out the stats for the season. I have no control on anything. Everything's on automated. So free agency, the draft, everything is completely out of my hands. So it's up to whatever happens. Nate Archibald is leading currently the stats, with averaging 37 points a game and 9 assists. Pete Maravich 34. Bob McAdoo. Everybody's shooting pretty decent from 3, even though technically there was no 3-point line back then. Then you got Jamal Wilkes, JoJo White, Lou Hudson. Where's Kareem at? Kareem's only averaging 25 and 10. I mean, he's averaging a double-double, but is that really the greatest? I don't know. Bill Walton's averaging 23. Who is leading the MVP race? Nate Archibald, averaging 37, is leading the MVP. Then you got Wes Unseld leading Rookie of the Year, Chuck Robertson leading 6-man, Dave Cohen leading Defensive Player of the Year, and no Most Improved, obviously. I forgot to show you guys one more thing. The draft class for this season. We've got Adrian Dantley, Alex English, Robert Parrish, and then some other guys, Mike Dunleavy. So you got a few guys in this draft class. This is the 1976 draft class. So obviously, like Alex English and Adrian Dantley are the big ones. So whoever gets them is going to be pretty lucky. We can check the standings here pretty real quick before we get to the end of the season. The Celtics have already clinched a playoff spot with 43 wins, and so the Warriors with 48 wins. Who's down low? Hawks and the Braves. Then you got the Supersonics with 12 wins, the Bulls with 18. All right, so there's a few teams that are not doing the greatest. We can check out the playoff picture before we simulate to the end of the season. You've got only one team misses out on the playoffs this year, if you did not know, because there's only 18 teams. So the Hawks look like they're going to be the team, and the Supersonics are going to be the team that misses out on the western side. So let's keep simulating, go to the end of the season for 1975, and then we will move forward from there. All right, so your MVP for 1975 is Nate Tiny Archibald, 37.5 points, 8 assists, well 9 assists if you round up, 2 steals, and a block. He shot 54 from the field, 91 from the free throw line, and 35 from the imaginary 3-point line. Then you've got Wes Unseld, who won Rookie of the Year, shooting 63%, 12 points, 10 rebounds. Chuck Robertson wins 6-man, 16 points. Dave Cowens was Defensive Player of the Year, averaging 2 blocks per game. Steve Kerr doesn't exist yet, and Dale Gilbert doesn't exist yet. So those are your awards. Then you got the NBA all NBA teams: Nate Archibald, JoJo White, Billy Cunningham, Jamal Wilkes, and Bob McAdoo. Second team is Maravich, Frazier, Haywood, Barry, and Cowens. Third team, Jeff Petrie, Murphy, Bob Love, Lou Hudson, and Bill Walton. No Kareem on any of the All-NBA teams. Interesting. All defensive teams. There you go for that. Rookie first teams. Rookie second teams we don't really care about. And then we move on to the playoffs. So we've got the #1 seeded Warriors and the #1 seeded Boston Celtics. Okay, let's check out the season stats for guys that we didn't get to see. Pete Maravich averages 33 points per game, 7 assists, shoots 52% from the field, 45% from 3. It looks like John McLaughlin shot 47% from 3. Pretty good. Pretty darn good. Bob McAdoo averaged 32, Lou Hudson 30, Kareem only 24, and he dropped rebounds. Wow, Kareem, what's going on with you, my guy? You didn't do very well at all. Did not do very well at all. All right, so I've got no skin in the game. Let's simulate the playoffs and see what happens here. Get to the first round. The Suns, Lakers gone, Celtics are gone. So the Warriors go up against the Pistons in the second round. The Bucks and the Blazers, that's Bill Walton's team down there. The Knicks and the Braves. The Celtics get upset in the first round. Remember, back in 1975, it was only 3 in the first round, 3 games in the first round of the playoffs, and then it moves to 7. So that's why you only see 2-1 wins. The Bullets and the Rockets move on. So Walt Frazier taking on Bob McAdoo. Interesting. Okay, let's simulate the next round here. Blazers are gone, the Braves are gone, the Rockets are gone, and the Warriors are gone. So it's a 3 versus a 5 on the West and a 2 versus a 4 on the East. The Bullets and the Knicks and the Bucks and the Pistons. Who's going to go to the NBA Finals? It'll be the Bullets and the Pistons in the NBA Finals. So that means it's Dave Bing, Phil Chenier, Elvin Hayes, and Wes Unseld. That's a good team. I told you from the beginning they were the favorite to win it versus basically Bob Lanier. Basically Bob Lanier has carried this team to the NBA Finals. Let me check some of the stats here. Game 7, Bob Lanier 36-12 for the Pistons. Over on the eastern side, Chenier and Chuck Robinson averaged 22, or they scored 22 in the game. For the Knicks, Earl Monroe, Walt Frazier 22-10. Couldn't get it done. 3 guys over 20 points, but nobody else helped him because the Bullets are just, they're monsters. Look at this team, bro. The Bullets might be contenders for a while here. They take game 1, they take game 2. Pistons get game 3. There we go for that one. 3-1 series lead for the Washington Bullets. Can they put an end to it on their home court? It's a close one. And the Washington Bullets have won the NBA championship 1975. I knew that they would. Dave Bing is your MVP, your finals MVP. They were just too much. 31-12 in game 4 for the or game 5, I think it was. I don't remember what it was. But 44 minutes he averaged. There's no injuries on as well, so nobody's going to be getting hurt. This is all... Ooh, almost a triple-double for Wes Unseld. Elvin Hayes had 18 and 8. Yeah, the Bullets are dangerous. The Bullets are dangerous, boys. I didn't check the Pistons. Bob Lanier tried. He did his best. 26 points. He just didn't get a lot of help from these guys down here. Can you blame him, though? But now we move on to the off-season of 1975. Player retirements. Not really anything of note because nobody should be retiring. League meetings, got to reject all these because no rule changes happen. League realignments, those teams should be in the league, right? Shouldn't those teams be the expansion? Shouldn't they be here? Expansion teams? Hello? Hold on, let me see if I can find these expansion teams. Shouldn't they be here by now? Do they exist? I don't know. Do the expansion teams not exist? I put them in the league. They're not here anymore, so I don't know. I guess we'll find out. But league realignment, I don't think I need to realign anybody. Although it put the Bulls back in the East. Why did it do that? I think they're supposed to be in the West still. So we'll put Houston back over there. They're still supposed to be in the West. Who else is supposed to be in the West? The Pistons are supposed to be over there in the West, so we'll sub them for the Jazz. The Jazz can be over there. We'll put the Braves down here, put the Sixers back up there, and then put the Braves up here, put the Jazz back down there. That's good. All right, that looks fine. I don't know why the teams are gone, but I guess we will advance. draft lottery. Who's gonna win the draft lottery? It's only the Supersonics and the Hawks. So who's got the best chance? It is the Supersonics and the Hawks. So they take 1 and 2. So Alex English and Daintley will be there, presumably, you would think, unless 2K screws up. But I have, like I said, I have no control over anything. So we're gonna find out what happens here. NBA draft. Adrian Daintley goes #1 overall to the Supersonics, so good job for them. And then I would assume Alex English is headed to the whatchamacallits. No, Robert Parrish goes #2 to the Atlanta Hawks. So the Bulls might be getting their franchise guy here pretty soon. Alex English headed to the Bulls. That is wild. I can't believe Robert Parrish went before him. All right, we don't care about the rest of it. The big guys are off the board. Crazy, though. 81, Daintley enters at 81. Parrish 78, Alex English 79. I can't believe the Bulls just got a steal like that. Who got Dunleavy? The Lakers get Dunleavy, so a little bit of help for what's-his-face, for Kareem. All right. Rookie signing, qualifying offers, free agency now. This is a big one. This is a big one. I do have to do one thing. I have to make sure, are the teams here? Because I got to make sure that, why are the teams not even here? What is going on? I don't understand where my expansion teams are, but we'll check free agency real quick. Maravich, unrestricted. Obviously, Dr. J is unrestricted, but if the Nets are here, I will put him on the Nets. I don't know where they went. Bob McAdoo's here, JoJo White, Rick Barry, Wes Unseld. Basically, all these good young guys, or all these guys are unrestricted. So we'll see where they go. Maybe they don't go anywhere. I don't know. Let's simulate a couple days into free agency, and then we'll find out what happens. So everybody should be signed now. We've got signed players. So Pete Maravich ends up in Boston. Okay. JoJo White's headed to Cleveland. Rick Barry in Kansas City. Dr. J headed to the Knicks, so technically he's in New York, I guess. We'll rock with it. We'll rock with it. Bob McAdoo headed to Houston. Wes Unseld headed to Washington, or back to Washington, I should say. Jamal Wilkes to the Trailblazers. Bridgman Blazers. Goodrich to the Celtics. He's always on the Celtics, right? Pretty sure. He was always on the Celtics. No, he played for the Lakers last year. So Gail Goodrich headed to the rival. Interesting. Cliff Pondexter, Cavs. Nobody else really that big down here yet. The Bullets adding some plays, but the big ones, Rick Barry headed to the Kings. Maravich to the Celtics. Interesting. Interesting. Let's simulate a couple more days into free agency. See if there's any other big name guys that decided to sign. I don't think there was. I think we talked about everybody. Yeah, we talked about everybody. So let's get to the next season. Hopefully those expansion teams are here. All right, so I've re-added the expansion teams for last season. I don't know if I have to like do something during the season to accept their expansion. I don't know, but they're not here, so they have to come in a year later, I guess. My bad. I don't know why. I don't know what I did. I guess I don't really add a lot of expansion teams during these simulations, so I must have screwed something up somehow. But taking a look at the 1976 rosters, the 76ers look pretty much the same. They have Daryl Dawkins now. Doug Collins. The Bucks look pretty much the same. The Chicago Bulls now have Alex English to their team. The Cavs have JoJo White and Campy Russell, Bingo Smith, Austin Carr. Celtics added Pete Maravich, so hopefully they won't go out in the first round like they did last season. And they added Gail Goodrich too. The Braves don't have Bob McAdoo anymore. Where did Bob McAdoo go? I don't remember. Lou Hudson's still on the Hawks. The Jazz look pretty bad. Tiny Archibald is in Kansas City still with Rick Barry now. Dr. J has entered the league along with Walt Frazier. That's interesting. Then you've got Kareem, Bob Lanier. Bob McAdoo's in Houston now. Okay, I forgot about that. That makes Houston a little bit better. That's a nice 1-2-3 right there. Phoenix looks pretty much the same. Supersonics look the same, except they added Adrian Daintley, obviously. The Blazers, Bill Walton's here. Golden State. Wait, where is Kareem? Kareem's still, oh, I missed him. He's still in the Lakers. I don't know why I passed over him like that. I don't know. He's still in the Lakers, though. So that is the 1976 rosters. I will show you guys the draft class for 1977 because we have Bernard King, Walter Davis, Marcus Johnson, Brad Davis, and then Jack Sikma is here, Otis Birdsong. Is that all the big name guys? I think that's all the big name guys. That's all right. There's some big names in here. We'll have to wait and see who gets taken. But let's get to the All-Star break and see what's going on from there. All right, so here we are in the 1976 All-Star voting. It looks like it's going to be Archibald, Petrie, Lanier, Kareem, and Dandridge as the starters, with Van Arsdale, Lucius Allen, Junior Bridgman, Adrian Dantley, rookie, and Mickey Johnson for the West. And on the East, Pete Maravich, Calvin Murphy, Bob McAdoo, Billy Cunningham, Elvin Hayes as the starters, with JoJo White, Walt Frazier, Spencer Haywood, Julius Irving, and Lou Hudson as the reserves on the East. So those are your All-Stars. Let's take a quick look at the season stats so far. Tiny Archibald still dominating in Kansas City, averaging 33, not as much as he averaged last season, 37, but he's trying to defend that MVP. Then you got Pete Maravich and Adrian Dantley, rookie season. He's the third in scoring, averaging 29, and then the Rockets are going to be dominating with Bob McAdoo and Calvin Murphy. They're scary. Kareem trying to pick things up here. I really hope that he can. I mean, he's scoring more and he's got more rebounds. He needs to take over, but now we can simulate to the end of the season, see who won MVP, and then we will go to the playoffs. All right, Nate Archibald for the second season in a row wins the MVP. He has taken over the league, averaging 34, 9, and 1 assist, or 1 steal, I mean. Adrian Dantley wins Rookie of the Year, averaging 30. Disgusting, Dantley. Truck Robertson gets Sixth Man of the Year again for the second year in a row, 15 points. Dave Cohen's wins Defensive Player of the Year again, and those guys don't exist, except for Kevin Greavy. He doesn't really count, though. Moving on to all NBA teams, Nate Archibald has dominated the league, taken it over. No Kareem again. Kareem, what are you doing, my guy? Where are you? You don't even exist in this. What is happening? But there you go. Did Alex English made it too? Okay, that's good. And Robert Perry. Oh, I was gonna wait. Why did Robert Perry? Oh, because he's technically a rookie. I forgot about that. That's my bad. But now we have the playoffs, but we can check the season stats. We already saw those two guys. Bob McAdoo averaged 30, which is crazy. Maravich dropped down a little bit. Kareem only 26 and 10. Not the greatest season, Kareem. Better than last season, but you got to step things up, my guy. You got to step things up if you want to be where you are in real life. But let's simulate the first round of the playoffs. Some teams are gone. So the Blazers get out of the first round. The Knicks get out of the first round. The 1 seeds get out. Both sides. The 2 seeds get out. It's going to be the Lakers and the Kings. So Kareem versus Archibald. It's going to be Bill Walton versus the Pistons. The Knicks and Dr. Dre versus Pete Maravich and the Celtics. And then the Bullets, the defending champs, versus the Rockets. Let's see who gets out of this round. It is the Lakers and the Pistons and the Rockets and the Celtics. So we are guaranteed a new NBA champion. The Bullets are swept by the Rockets. What a crazy scene that was. And Tiny Archibald can't carry the Kings past Kareem. Hold on, let's check the box score of this game. It was a 4-0 sweep. Bob McAdoo could not do, or Wes Unseld could not do anything. Elvin Hayes, 18 rebounds, 19 points, and it still was not enough to get past Bob McAdoo, Rudy Tomjanovich, and Calvin Murphy because they just swept them out straight. Wow, okay, so let's see if Kareem can get a ring. It's going to be Lakers and Celtics. Lakers and Celtics in the 1976 finals here. Bob McAdoo, 28 points, 10 rebounds was not enough to get past Pete Maravich's 37. Lights out, Pete. Lights out. Gail Goodrich had 22 as well. Dave Cohen's 14 and 11. Wow, crazy. How did Kareem do in their game? Kareem had 30 and 11. That's more like it, Kareem. That is absolutely more like it. That's what you need to be doing, my guy. That is what you need to be doing. So it's going to be Lakers, Celtics. Will Kareem finally get a ring? Celtics take game 1. Oops, I didn't want to sim with Simcast. Celtics take game 2. Celtics take game 3. Are they going to sweep out the Lakers in 4 games of the NBA Finals? That would be absolutely wild if it happened. It's a close one. All right, you know what? No, we're going to let this go. Lakers got it. I was going to jump in, but we're going to let that one go. So it's not a sweep. Kareem's not going out without a fight, ladies and gentlemen. Kareem is not going out without a fight. Can he take another one, or will the Celtics dominate this as well? Oh, the Celtics taking it far and away. It's a blowout. It's a massacre, ladies and gentlemen. Let's jump in. 119-99. Pete Maravich is taking this one home. He's winning a ring. Look at that man's tattoos over there. That man's got some crazy tattoos. All right, I don't think I'm controlling. I shouldn't be controlling anybody. Nope, I'm not controlling the Celtics. I am completely not controlling anybody, so that means I gotta go change the camera angle as well to get the 2K angle. It's already on the 2K angle. All right, here we go. Kareem shooting free throws, misses the second one. 119-100. Maravich has the ball. Gale gives it to Gale Goodrich. He's gonna drive around, nice screen, but he steps out of bounds. Okay, 42 seconds left. It's a 19-point game. There's no chance Lakers can come back, but they're trying to put up a valiant effort, I guess. Come on. To Howell. Oh, he's going to put up a bucket and fouled, but he can't get anything to go, so he's just going to shoot 2 here. 34 seconds left. Celtics are going to get their first ring of the series. At home, too. That's cool. Good for them. All right, so Webb will take it up the court. It looks like they took out Maravich. They put all their scrubs in, so we're just gonna. Actually, we'll watch it. We'll watch it so we can see the celebration. Because I'm assuming Maravich is gonna win Finals MVP from the line. Missed it, no good. 16 seconds left. Allen takes it up the court. Kareem's not even in the game anymore. They've given up. They've accepted their fate. 18 points is the lead. Nice pass. Carlson lays it in. Okay, so I mean, they're trying. But 6 seconds left, there's no chance. This man is tatted to the brink of poison, I guess. He's got so many tats. And there it is. The Boston Celtics have won the second NBA championship, 1976. Yale Goodrich, Pete Maravich. Wow, what a team. What a team the Celtics are. And they are your world champions, 1976. Congratulations to them. I mean, they deserved it. They swept out the Rockets. Good job for, I think they swept them. Did they sweep out the Rockets? I can't remember. And they defeat Kareem. Not easy to do. Holding up that finals trophy. Who's going to be holding up the finals trophy? It is Pete Maravich. I was right. I figured it would be Pete. All right, NBA champions, Boston Celtics. Everybody's so happy. Oh, he's just breaking that bottle over the top of my guy's head right there. I'm not sure who that is. Can't remember off the top of my head. Is that Dave Cohen's? It might be Dave Cohen's. I'm not sure. There it is. Box score for the game. Who is the guy with the... Oh, it's Phil Jackson. It's Phil Jackson. I had no idea. Okay, Phil Jackson's on the Celtics. Cool. So Maravich scored 26 and 13 to clinch his Finals MVP. 25 and 11 for Cohen's. 24 and 10 for Gale Goodrich. Good game. Kareem at 29 and 10, but it wasn't enough. He just didn't have enough help. Lucius Allen just couldn't do enough. And the Celtics are your world champions, so congratulations to them. They deserve it. They earned this one. Pete Maravich is the MVP, the Finals MVP, and I think I know what I did wrong. So we're going to check retirements here. Nobody of note. Staff retirements. Nobody of note. League meetings. All right. So one or more teams approved. So I think last season I rejected the approval of the expansion team. So one or more teams expanded, one or more expansion teams added, and or one or more teams contracted from the league. Yes, I want to approve that, and then we'll reject everything else. I definitely, actually we'll approve that, I guess, sure, whatever. But I definitely remember rejecting that. So that's my bad if I did reject that. So those teams should be here now. Yes. Okay, perfect. So now I need to quickly go check and see where everybody was in the 1976 season so I can put them in the right division. So I'll be right back. All right, and I just checked, also as I was getting this done, I just checked, and the next time the league expands is 1980, so that's when the Dallas Mavericks come into the league, so that's when we'll add them. But this is how the league will be aligned now. We added the Pacers, we added the Nuggets, we added the Nets, and we added the Spurs, so 2 on the West and 2 on the East. And that's how the league is going to be looking for the next couple of seasons, so we will move on from that. Go to the expansion protected players draft. That's going to be interesting. We'll get to see who gets kept by these teams. All right, some big names. I would assume all the big names are kept by their teams. Yeah, everybody is protected that you would assume is protected. So these teams are probably going to struggle for a little bit. Oh, I thought they didn't. I thought they weren't keeping Alex English, but they are keeping him. All right, so everybody's protected that you would expect. Expansion draft, Simmet. Everybody's gonna be bad that they get. And now we'll move to free agency. I do want to do one more thing real quickly. I will be right back. All right, so I added George Gervin to the San Antonio Spurs. Because he comes in with the Spurs when they leave the ABA. So he will be there. We've already got Dr. J, not Dr. Dre, Dr. J on the Knicks along with Walt Frazier. That's a dynamic duo right there. So we are going to check free agency real quick. Elvin Hayes is restricted, so he's probably going to go back to. The Bullets. That's where he's at right now. Anybody else big? There's some pretty big names in here. We're gonna simulate a couple days into free agency, see where everybody goes. So I skipped too far. Of course I did. So let's see who got big names. World Be Free goes back to the 76ers. Bob Dandridge goes back to the Bucks. Lots of signings for the Bulls. Anybody big here? I wish I didn't skip it. I'm stupid. So they got Henry Bibby goes to the Jazz, back to the Jazz. Who else? Elvin Hayes signs with the Rockets. So he does not get signed by the Bullets. Elvin Hayes is in Houston now. Interesting. Rudy Tomjanovich goes to the Warriors. Okay. Interesting on that one. Okay. So now we can go to the next season, and I will see you guys there. All right, so with all this confusion of the expansion draft stuff, I completely forgot the draft. So Jack Sikma, the first guy that I found, he is on the Supersonics to team up with Adrian Dantley, who got picked last season. So they're building some nice young core here. The Supersonics could have something here. I'm not sure if there's anybody else that I missed so far. Bernard King is headed to Golden State. He got picked. Did he get picked 1? He was the first overall pick. He's headed to Golden State to team up with Rudy Tomjanovich. The Bullets don't have anybody, I don't think. Is there anybody else that I missed? I can't believe I forgot about it. George Gervin's here as well. He's at 85. Let me get some young guys in here, see if I can catch anybody that I missed. I can't believe I forgot about the draft. I was just so caught up in trying to get the expansion to work that I completely forgot about the draft. That won't happen again, I promise. But where's some of these guys at? There's Bernard King. Cliff Pondexter's 81. All these guys just created guys right now. Come on, there's got to be some. I think I got the main guys, I'm pretty sure. whatever. We get it. We get the idea. Checking out the draft for next year, we've got Larry Bird, but I do want to edit Larry Bird because technically Larry Bird was in this draft class, but he did not come out in this draft class. He went back to college, I'm pretty sure, so we'll give him a Euro stash. We'll give him a Euro stash because he does come out in this draft, or he is in this draft. He gets drafted, but I think he comes out in the Magic Johnson draft next season. So this one has Purvis Short, Reggie Theis, Larry Bird, Mo Cheeks, Michael Ray Richardson, Michael Cooper. Is there anybody else down here that got kind of forgotten about? I don't think so. Michael Thompson, Clay's papa, is here. So there's some pretty good ones. Not Carlton Bird. Dave Corzin is also here as well. So there's some big names. Larry Bird. Who's going to get Larry Bird? You'll have to wait a year, but who's going to get Larry Bird? All right, so now that the teams are actually in the league, I feel better about that. We are starting these 1977-78 season. Let's get simulating. All right, here we are at the All-Star break of the 1977 season. Adrian Dantley, the one-year pro, the rookie of the year last year, is averaging 37. He might be taking the throne from Nate Archibald, who's only averaging 32 this season. Adrian Dantley coming in the league and killing it, ladies and gentlemen. Bob McAdoo's here. Kareem finally starting to pick things up a little bit. Finally starting to pick things up. He has 30 points, 12 rebounds. Then you got Pete Maravich, George Gervin averaging 25, the Iceman. Wow, Dr. J averaging 21. He needs to step things up a little bit. But we can check the NBA standings as well. The Knicks are 44-13. Who's the worst team in the league? It is the New York Nets at 15 wins. On the western side of things, we've got the Nuggets at 18 wins, the Lakers at 19 wins. Man, Kareem needs to get out of there. Kareem needs to get out of LA. Supersonics, though, leading the standings right now. Let's check quickly the All-Stars. So Nate Archibald's there, Kareem is there, your usual suspects. George Gervin makes it for the first time. Technically, he's a rookie, I guess. Adrian Dantley is there as a reserve. Did he start last year or is he reserve last year? I can't remember exactly. That's some good All-Star teams right there. But now it's time to simulate the rest of the season and get to the 1977 playoffs. Adrian Dantley wins his first MVP. He takes it from Nate Archibald, 36 points. What a season. Bernard King wins Rookie of the Year, averaging 29 for the Warriors. Jamal Wilkes, averaging 20, is the sixth man. Wes Unseld is the Defensive Player of the Year. Takes it from Dave Cohen's. These guys don't exist yet. So those are your award winners. Did Kareem finally make an All-NBA team? He does make the third team. Kareem, you gotta be making those first teams, my guy. We got all defensive teams. Dr. J is there. Bernard King. Don't know who that guy is, but we don't really care about him. And now we got the playoffs. So let's check the season stats. Who dominated? We already know that Adrian Dantley dominated. Kareem up there with 30 points, 12 rebounds. Bernard King in his rookie season, 29 points. Let's check the prospect scouting one more time, see if everybody's doing pretty well. Yeah, Larry Bird's still doing pretty good. Okay. So now let's simulate the first round of the playoffs. Rockets are gone, Pistons, Cavs, Braves, Supersonics, Celtics, Bucks, Suns. The Supersonics got upset by the Bulls in 3 games. I think we're getting close to the time. You know, when we get to 1980, that's when I'll switch it to 7 games for the first round, or for every round of the playoffs. I'm not sure when they actually did. I could probably look it up, but I don't really want to right now. Some big upsets. The number 1 seed goes down in the West. Is Dantley still? No, Dantley was on the Seahawks or the Supersonics, so he's out of here. Dantley couldn't do it. The Lakers did not even make the playoffs, so they're gonna have a good pick. They could get Larry Bird. That would be crazy, wouldn't it? The Lakers getting Larry Bird. The Celtics made the 7th seed. No, they made the 4th seed, so they don't have a chance at Larry Bird. Bill Walton still on the Trailblazers. I'm expecting the Knicks to take this one. And they sweep out the Bullets. So it is the Warriors and what's his face? The Warriors and Bernard King, along with Rudy Tomjanovich. Who would have thought that the Warriors would be able to take the Kings out? It's Bernard King versus Bill Walton. And then over here on the eastern side, we've got Walt Frazier, Earl Monroe, and Dr. J. That is a crazy big three. I don't know how you could stop them. Who's on the Hawks? Lou Hudson is about it. I mean, this is wild, ladies and gentlemen. And the Knicks are dethroned by the Hawks. And so is Bernard King. Bernard King is gone as well. He averaged 19, 11, and 13 in the final game. But Bill Walton and Jeff Petrie, just too much. A triple-double for Bill Walton. He wants this ring, ladies and gentlemen. What happened? What happened to the big three? Lou Hudson just came in and just absolutely took over. I cannot believe that the Knicks are not going to be having a chance for a championship here. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Hawks take game 1, Blazers take game 2, Blazers take game 3, Blazers take game 4. Is Bill Walton going to get a ring, ladies and gentlemen? They're out ahead early in this game. Oh, it's over. It's over, ladies and gentlemen. We're jumping in, 52 seconds left, 117.99. Bill Walton is taking his first ring. Congratulations to him. Oops, I gotta get that 2K camera on. There we go. 52 seconds left, the Blazers and the Hawks. Bill Walton gets a ring, ladies and gentlemen, along with Jeff Petrie. These two really just took over this season. It's wild. Aldridge takes the shot, he misses it, rebound Bill Walton. Gives it to Johnson, they're gonna run out some clock. Gives it to Petrie, he's gonna drive in. Petrie, what a move! And lays it in. Robert Parrish just couldn't get it done as a rookie for the Hawks. Lou Hudson tried. I can't believe they beat the Knicks, man. I'm still shocked about that. That's wild that they beat the Knicks. And Parrish gonna post up on Walton, take the shot, he makes it. But it's not going to matter that much because with 19 seconds left, Bill Walton will get a ring. Bill Walton will get a ring. We don't need to see much more now. We can sim to the end of this and check out the box score. Petrie scored 41. Jeff Petrie dropped 41 in the game. Bill Walton 21 and 23 rebounds. He went off. Lou Hudson tried. He gave it his best shot, 41 points. Robert Parrish only had 5 and 9. You need to have a better game, Robert, if you're gonna win an NBA championship. So, congratulations to them. I'm expecting Petrie to be the MVP, the Finals MVP. Oh, it's Bill Walton, 20 points in the Finals, 16 rebounds. Congratulations to the Blazers. They take the W and they take the Finals. So there goes Havlicek. He's gone. Willie Norwood's gone as well. League meetings, don't need to accept any of these. Yeah, let's keep that. League realignment should be normal. Actually, we will keep these guys. I need to quickly check and see the 1978 standings so that I can make sure that the teams are in the right conferences. All right, so we got the league realignment back to normal. The Braves are now on the Western Conference because they've moved to San Diego. They're now the San Diego Clippers. I will have that before the season starts so that the San Diego Clippers. The Pistons move over to the East. Now they are in the Eastern Division. So those are the only big moves that happen. So that's cool. But now we got the draft lottery. Who's going to win the draft lottery? The Nets have the best option. And it's the Nuggets who jump up to number 1. So they could possibly be getting Larry Bird. The Nets fall to 5. Interesting. Spurs get 2. So who is going to get a Mr. Larry Bird? Let's see. Are the Nuggets going to take Larry with the first pick? They do. The Denver Nuggets take Larry Bird. He will be technically overseas, but he stays in college for a year, so he won't be here this season. But that's a good pick for the Nuggets. Expansion team, they get Larry Bird. Then we move to the Spurs. They get Reggie Theus. Rod Frazier to the Jazz. Okay, interesting. The Lakers up now. They get Mo Cheeks to help out with Kareem. Hopefully that'll help them. The Lakers need some help. Michael Cooper goes to the Nets. Purvis Short to the Pacers. Now the Clippers get Michael Ray Richardson. The Cavs get George Johnson. Are we running out of actual players? I think we might be running out of actual players. A trade. The Bulls are up now. Oh no, the Spurs. Excuse me. Spurs get Luther Bryan. Who's up now? I think we're we're done. We're done. We're done with real players. That's all right. So Larry Bird enters the league as an 83, but he's not entering the league technically. Was there anybody that I missed down here that got drafted first round? Dave Corzin goes to the Blazers, so the defending champs get Corzin, so that's good for them. Free agency. What's free agency looking like this season? Kareem is an unrestricted free agent. Will he leave the Lakers? Will Kareem Abdul-Jabbar leave LA? There we go. Let's stop here and find out. He goes to the Warriors. Kareem is headed to the Warriors. All right. Cool. Bob Lanier's headed to Detroit. Walt Frazier's headed to the Supersonics. So he said, hey, he's had enough. He's had enough with Dr. J. He's done with them. He wants to go build his own team in Seattle. The Seattle Supersonics were the #1 seed last season because they have Adrian Dantley and Jack Sikma. So now they add Walt Frazier. The Supersonics could be an interesting team. Lou Hudson says goodbye to Atlanta, heads down to New Orleans. We've got Bill Walton staying with the champion Blazers. George Gervin says goodbye to the Spurs after one season, goes to the Clippers, or what will be the Clippers. It's a crazy season, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be a wild season. Woof. Okay, let's get straight to it. We've seen all the good stuff. Let's get to the season. All right, I want to bring you guys in for the draft, or for the draft next season, because it is the 1979 draft, and Magic Johnson's here. Magic Johnson, Sidney Moncrief, Jim Paxson as well, Bill Laimbeer, Vinnie Johnson. Some good names in this draft class. Where will Magic Johnson, the big question, where will Magic Johnson end up? It's gonna be interesting. We're gonna have to wait and see. I am really interested about this Supersonics team. They've got Walt Frazier, Adrian Dantley, who was the MVP last season, Jack Sikma, who's young as well, and Cliff Pondexter. Doug Collins is here. This team could be dangerous. This team could be dangerous. And I'm also interested in what are going to be now known as the Braves, or now known as the Clippers, because they have Billy Cunningham, who's been there the entire time, right? No, he's been in Philly. He was in Philly at the start. Now they have George Gervin as well. So the Clippers could be a threat. The Hawks now have just Robert Parrish. Lou Hudson's in New Orleans now. This is going to be interesting. The Knicks still have Earl Monroe and Julius Erving, but Walt Frazier said bye-bye to him. It's going to get interesting. Kareem is now on the Warriors with Bernard King and Rudy Tomjanovich. Yes, Kareem! Let's go! This is what I wanted you to do. I wanted you to get out of LA and get to a team that could carry you to a championship, or you could help carry you to a championship. This is the team I wanted you to get on. Yes! Young Bernard King, a good Rudy Tomjanovich. Yes! Kareem's got a chance at a ring this year. These are some big decisions being made here. Good team still, Washington. They still got a good chance. It's going to be a big season, ladies and gentlemen. The 1978 season is going to be huge. Don't miss it. Let's simulate to the All-Star break. All right, league leaders for the 1978 season. Adrian Dantley still dominating it. Probably going to win back-to-back MVPs. We got Nate Archibald still killing in the league. George Gervin now for the Clippers, 32.5 points. The Bernard King Warriors are 26 points per game for Bernard King. Pretty good. I'm very curious to see who is going to get Magic Johnson. Very curious, because we've got the Pacers and the Cavs and the Nets. So these three teams have a chance at getting Magic Johnson. And the Lakers sneakily could have a chance too. I don't know. It's going to be interesting. I hope the Warriors get him, to be honest, that add him to the Kareem team. All right, let's check the All-Star votes real quickly before we simulate to the end of the season. Anybody new? We got Marcus Johnson, Rich Kelly. We don't really care about Rich Kelly. Bernard King makes it for the first time. I thought he made it earlier. Maybe that was Adrian Dantley. Adrian Dantley is now a Not even here. No Adrian Dantley. He's leading the league in scoring. He's not an all-star. All right. Interesting on that one. Kareem makes it. Pete Maravich is there. Okay. So let's simulate to the end of the season and see who wins MVP. Bernard King is your MVP. He stole it from Dantley. 26 points per game for Bernard. Very good for him. Reggie Thesis, Rookie of the Year. Jerome Anderson, 6th man. Wes Unseld with average a double-double is Defensive Player of the Year. And Marcus Johnson, Most Improved. These guys don't count. All right, Bernard King, I see you out here. The whatchamacallits, the All-NBA teams. Nobody really of note that's not here. Alex English makes it. All defensive teams. Okay, but next season's gonna be the big one because Larry Bird makes his debut and Magic Johnson as well. So let's simulate the first round. The Bullets, Hawks, Spurs, 76ers, Nuggets, Kings, Bulls, Warriors. Warriors are gone? No, Kareem, that team, how'd that team get eliminated? Oh, by the Supersonics and Adrian Dantley, that's right, because they were also a team that I was looking at as a possible dominant team. But now the Supersonics are gone. Oh no, the Blazers, the defending champs, the 1 seeds, I think they blew a 3-1 lead, or 3-0 lead even. Wow, okay, interesting. The Knicks lose again, and the Pistons lose. What a crazy situation. And the Seattle Supersonics could not get out of the conference championship. It will be the Clippers and the Rockets, so we are guaranteed a new champion. What happened in this game 7? Bill Walton, 25, 12, and 9. Couldn't do it. Adrian Dantley dropped 48. Walt Frazier, a 15-15 double-double. Wow, crazy games. What happened over here? How did the Clippers get it? 63! George the Iceman Gervin, the inventor of the finger roll, just dropped 63 on the Supersonics in the final game, in Game 5. Wow. Even Adrian Dantley couldn't do that. He couldn't keep up with that. 63 for Gervin. Well, now I hope that Gervin wins an MV or wins the championship now. Bob McAdoo and Elvin Hayes and Keith, they're keeping the Rockets in this. Come on, Gervin. You gotta, after dropping 63 in the conference finals, you gotta keep it going and win a championship. He's up 3-0 on the Rockets. Come on, don't blow this. Oh, it's tied 99-99. The Rockets are going to take game 4. So now it's a 3-1 lead for the Clippers. Don't blow a 3-0 lead, George. You can't do it. The Rockets are in control for the entire game. No. No, they wouldn't. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. They wouldn't blow a 3-1 lead, would they? This is crazy. Oh, it's a tight one. No, the Rockets are gonna keep it. It's 3-3. They blew a 3-0 lead. Come on, George. What are you doing? Game 7. There's no going back from this. It's a tight one. 10 seconds left. The Houston Rockets have come back from a 3-0 deficit to win the NBA championship. Bob McAdoo just dominated the... Wow. I am at a loss for words. Billy Cunningham and George Gervin could not clinch it. They choked. They choked in the finals. Bob McAdoo 29-11, Elvin Hayes 22-14. Good job for them. The Rockets, the underdogs. What were they? The 2 seed? Still, I mean, wow. That was a wild one right there, ladies and gentlemen. Wild one. Staff retirements, league meetings. Make sure nothing is accepted that we don't want accepted. All right, so league realignment. I don't think I need to realign anybody, or unless they move them. Yeah, they keep moving them over. I don't know why they keep putting the Bulls back on the East, but I'll get this done and then we'll move on to the draft. All right, so now it's time for the draft lottery. Who's gonna get Magic Johnson? The Nets have the best odds. Who's gonna do it? The Jazz are probably gonna get Magic Johnson. Wow, okay, that is big. That is real big. They are now technically the Utah Jazz. I will move them over once we get to the actual regular season. So the Utah Jazz, will they take Magic? No, they take Sidney Moncrief. The Cavs are gonna get Magic Johnson. No way, he's not gonna follow the Lakers, is he? The Cavaliers get Magic Johnson. I thought for some way that he would fall to LA. That would have been wild. They get Dean Grant. The New Jersey Nets get James Donaldson. I cannot believe that Sidney Moncrief went over Magic Johnson. Bill Cartwright heads to the Pacers. Man, wild scenes, ladies and gentlemen. Wild scenes. Bill Lambier's headed to San Antonio. I think that's all the big name guys that we need. What a crazy draft. Sidney Moncrief goes #1 overall to the Jazz. The Cavs get Magic Johnson. Crazy scenes. Jim Paxson goes to the Supersonics, so it helps them get even better. Man, what a crazy situation that was. I thought the Jazz had it in the bag. Not the greatest free agency period this year, but we'll see if there's any big names that get picked up. So we've got Jeff Petrie headed back to the Blazers. Spencer Haywood, has he always been on the Knicks? Yeah, he's been on the Knicks this entire time. Gail Goodrich headed to the Nets. Van Arsdale heads back to the Suns. Dunleavy on the Rockets. Nobody else really that big name. So we'll head now to the next season. I will have the Jazz moved over. The Nets are actually in New Jersey now, so they will be moved over. And then I'll show you guys the draft class for 1979. Or is it 1980? I've lost track. All right, it's the 1979 season, the 1980 draft class. Kevin McHale is the top player in the class. Then you got Dale Griffith, Kiki Vanderway. Anybody else? Or is it just these guys? It might just be these boys down here. Larry Drew is a real guy. But I think that's it. Kurt Rambis with his glasses. How could you miss Kurt Rambis with his glasses? But this one, the prize is really Kevin McHale. Let's go to the rosters and see if there is one main man, Larry Bird. He is on the Nuggets now. He joins Calvin Murphy. He makes his debut. I still can't believe that Magic ends up on the Cavs and not on the Jazz. That's crazy. But he's here with JoJo White, Campy Russell, and Bingo Smith. I'm going to actually make JoJo White a shooting guard so that Magic can get as much playing time as possible. So we'll make JoJo White a shooting guard, then Magic can start at point guard. That'll be good for him. But I got to go relocate the Jazz and rename the Nets, and then I'll see you guys at the All-Star Weekend. All right, Adrian Dantley for the third straight season, I think, is leading the league in points with 33. He's going crazy. Archibald's still there. Marquise Johnson's here. Bernard King. George Gervin, who choked in the finals last season. There's Larry Bird on the Nuggets, averaging 22.5. Where's Magic at? Magic is averaging 20 in his first season as a Cleveland Cavalier. I still can't believe he got picked over. He got picked over as the two. Where is the #1 pick? Did I already pass him? Is he averaging more than Magic Johnson? I don't think I passed him already. Let me go to the rookie report. Sidney Moncrief, he's only averaging 13, so the #1 pick only averaging 13 points per game. Should have taken Magic Johnson. Should have taken Magic Johnson. Let's check out the NBA All-Star game. It is Larry Bird makes it one time. Magic does not make it. I don't see him on here. Bernard King's there. Jack Sikma makes it for the first time. All right. So we're starting to move into the 1980s here. This is 1979, 1980. We will do one more season in this video, the 1980-81 season, and then the next video it will be 81 to 85, I think, or something like 86 maybe. I don't know. Or maybe because we did 75, 76, 77, 78, 79. So then in the next episode will be 80 to 85. Yeah, we'll do it like that. This is the final season. This is the final season. I'll see you guys in the playoffs. Bob McAdoo jumps past Daintley and wins the MVP for the 79th season. Congratulations to Bob McAdoo. 32 points, 12 rebounds. Magic Johnson does win Rookie of the Year, 21 points. He passed Larry Bird, who was in contention as well. Jamal Wilkes, Wes Unseld again, and then nobody else cares. So moving on to the All-NBA teams, I still can't believe Bernard King or Adrian Daintley did not win MVP. The All-NBA teams, it looks like not Will Chamberlain, Kareem has dropped off. Dr. J makes all defensive first team. All rookie first team is the top 3 guys, Magic, Larry Bird, and Sidney Moncrief. I'm assuming these guys are going to carry us into the 80s, pretty deep into the 80s. So now we got the season stats before we get to the playoffs. Daintley still led the league, but Bob McAdoo dominates with 12 rebounds a game and wins MVP. So pretty good for him. Larry Bird averaged 23. All right, let's simulate the first round. This is the final year where there will only be 3 games in the first round. Then once we get to 1980, we will have 7 games every series. The Blazers are the 1 seed again. They beat the Bulls. The Warriors win, and they're facing the Clippers. Over on the eastern side, Magic loses to the Spurs, so he couldn't get out. Where did Larry make? Larry did not make the playoffs as the Nuggets. So Magic Johnson did make it with the Cavs as a 5 seed, but loses to the Spurs. So now we've got the defending champions and the MVP who goes down 4-1. What happened here? The MVP and defending NBA champions lose in the second round to Marquise Johnson and Theus, however you say his name. 47 in the final game. But the Knicks coming back with a vengeance. Dr. J and Earl Monroe, they want to win a championship. Portland beats Seattle, and the Warriors beat the Clippers and George Gervin. Kareem might actually get a chance here. Bernard King dropped 38. Okay, so if the Warriors can get by the Blazers, they cannot. It'll be a Blazers-Knicks championship. Kareem came just this close to winning a ring, or getting a chance to win a ring. He only dropped 12 in the final game. All right, we've got Knicks and Blazers. Who's going to win a championship? This is Dr. J's chance, his best chance to win a ring. It's a 2-2 series. Game 5 goes to the Blazers. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. We've got Bill Walton trying to go for his second ring. This is a good Knicks team. It's a good Knicks team versus a good Blazers team. It's a 1 versus a 2 seed. Who is going to win the 1979-80 NBA championship? It looks like it's going to be the Blazers, but it's close. 7 seconds left. It's going to be the Portland Trail Blazers. They win 2 rings in the video. Bill Walton defeats Dr. J, and congratulations to the Trailblazers. Bill Walton gets another MVP. Wow. Spencer Haywood dropped 32. Irvin did his best. Earl Monroe did it okay, but Jeff Petrie, Wilkes, Bill Walton, they just were too much, and the Blazers win the championship. All right. So now we've got player retirements. Nate Thurman retires. We don't really care about him. Staff retirements, don't care about anything like that. League meetings, we don't have anything, I don't think, like that. And now, oh, I forgot to put the Mavericks in for the 1980 season. All right, they'll be in the 81 season. I'll get them relocated for the next season. Ah, that's so annoying. Okay, but I mean, I was a year off on the other one too, so it doesn't really matter that much. But the Mavericks will be in for the next, for the next video. That's for sure. So league realignment, I need to check real quick to see who is in which conference. The draft lottery is here. The Washington Bullets have the best odds. Will they get it? No, the Utah Jazz have the best odds now. They have the #1 seed. That means they probably get Kevin McHale. And we will do the draft here to see who gets Kevin McHale. The Utah Jazz do make the right decision and draft Kevin McHale, so they are in a good situation. The Bucks get Daryl Griffith. Kiki Vanderway goes to Indianapolis to go to Indiana Pacers. Alan Forbes, nobody else of note. I think those are all the big name guys, right? Edwin Moss, yeah, we don't care about him. Trade happens. The Pacers get Frank Richardson, so they wanted somebody else. And the Cat, yeah, we got all the big name guys out of the way. So Kevin McHale enters the league as an 82 overall. Anybody that I did miss, Kurt Rambis goes to the 76ers. All right, so that was the draft. Now we go to free agency. Is there any big name free agents here? Bob McAdoo, MVP, reigning MVP, is in free agency at only 27. Elvin Hayes is here. Dr. J's unrestricted. This is a good free agent class. This is a good free agent class. What is gonna happen, ladies and gentlemen? I don't know. We gotta simulate and find out what is gonna happen. I'm so excited to find out. Oh my God!